Good morning, Mohammed. Well done for the weekend. Nicely played at not an easy golf course, championship golf course. So really well played. I'm sure you enjoyed it. I played it when I was there. It was really loved it. Anyway, well played. No shanks. Yes, excellent. Okay, so obviously brief discussion there. We're going to redo last week's session, last Friday's session. Little couple of tweaks here and there, but basically we're going to redo that. Okay, so we really like what that did. And obviously I've sent you all your reviews there, and I've sent you the notes. The feet under L to L working really well. Okay, stops us from going too deep there and too deep there. And then we've got to learn obviously how to return from there. Then we obviously picked up with 6 and 4 iron in particular that this got too close. So I'm just going to be really consistent with weight distribution. Okay, so that's where the ball under the heels comes in. Okay, so the weight should be about there. That's where that engaged right leg also comes in. There's our weight there. It's not there. It's not there. Okay, it's not on the heels. It's tilted over. Nice and engaged. Slightly towards the ball. Slightly towards the toes, but towards the balls of your feet. Okay, so that's the idea, right? We can see that like the sequence is fine. The hip is starting quite well, but it doesn't get completely open. But we need to leave that alone because there's a couple of those where you did try it, and those are kind of the ones where you either hit pulls or you hit the foam block. Okay, so there were 3 of them where you did try more hips, and it didn't work. So we've just got to leave it for a while, just a couple of weeks or so, and just get this really dialed in. Okay, all right. Then loop to loops, really like advice. Okay, just to teach that arm depth. All right, you just got to make sure that when you're looping this way, that you don't drop too much and collapse this. Okay, so it's not quite this. Okay, it's looping the arms more than anything, but you're still staying on top of the ball, right? So it's not that. Okay, that one you miss, you hit the ground like, I mean a little bit on the inside, but you hit the ground over here somewhere, and the club sort of bounced. Okay, so just loop the loops. Okay, but on top of the ball, not collapsing the right side. Okay, so loop the loops nicely on top of the ball. All right, sort of a loop to loop with the punch feel, I guess. Okay, but you don't have to do too many of those. But it does work nicely for us for that downswing move, for that downswing arm depth. Okay, which is kind of sort of the missing piece of the puzzle, isn't it? Okay, so super happy with where we are at. So just make all those slight little adjustments. So you'll see in your notes, okay, L to L, work really hard on your L shape. L to L with ball under the feet, and then L to L punches, ball under the feet. All right, for the warm-up. Then our loop to loops, as I've just discussed, and then wedge under the right heel. Now, with wedge under the right heel, we don't have to open those toes so much. Okay, so get a little bit squarer there. Okay. The wedge, the club, I say wedge because it needs to be more lofted, right? Okay, you don't have to, not like that. Okay. Just keep that foot nice and square, because remember, we don't want to open up and allow that right hip to over rotate. Okay, so just a little bit straighter. And then you can see I've just added in there the last couple. I just want to try, and obviously send me a video when you do. I just want you to try both. So loop to loop. All right, with wedge under the heel. So as I said, sometimes when we overdrop it, we get that kick in, even though the arm depth is better than we hit fat. So that really doesn't help us. So loop to loops, but with the wedge under the heel. Okay, so try a few of those and see how it goes. Alrighty, okay. Oh yeah, obviously it'll only be on Friday. Have a good week. But I just wanted to get your stuff to you anyway, even though we are pretty much recycling last week's thing because it works so well. Alrighty. I mean, if you play like you played on Saturday, if you play like that at Trump, you're probably going to shoot at least sort of a 83, somewhere around there. Just know the course better. It's a little bit less punishing than earth courses, a little wider for the most part. So yeah, let's just keep that same thing going on. And as you said, let's get that confidence back up. Alrighty, have a good week, my mates. Talk to you later.